Hello! So I'm live and I'm gonna wait to see if Giovanna comes in. Actually, I'm going to add there. Let me see, Giovanna. Received my invitation and she should join because today we're gonna have an interview with Giovanna in Italian and in English. So I'm gonna speak in Italian now. Ciao a tutti, eccola lì Giovanna, la vedo, quindi adesso she should...
Eccoci.
Buongiorno!
Buongiorno. Mi senti, mi
Ti
vedi?
sento,
Tu almeno?
ti sento e ti vedo. I can see you and I can hear you.
Can you hear
Yes,
me? Hello, hello,
I can.
and happy
And...
birthday to you.
Ah, no! No! Come on! I was trying to keep it a secret.
And you are lucky because I'm not singing and playing something for you, okay?
Va bene. Ok, thank you.
Ben
Oh,
trovata.
grazie anche a te. So,
Grazie.
I was just saying why we are live today. Stavo soltanto raccontando perché siamo live oggi. We are live because I want to introduce you and I want to tell you a story of one person that has followed Music Tree for a while and that has become really part now of a team of Music Tree and a team of another amazing organization that helps Music Tree a lot. So, oggi praticamente volevo soltanto presentarvi Giovanna e raccontarvi un po' la sua storia, che può essere un esempio per molti di voi che magari siete agli inizi della vostra carriera nell'educazione musicale o che già siete nel giro da un po' e magari volete capire un po' quali sono le possibilità che potete avere nell'educazione musicale. So, just to say that in English as well, this interview is aimed to give another perspective to you that maybe are starting with music education, and so you can see what has been the development of Giovanna through the years. But also you might have your own activity, your own project, and you just want to hear to another perspective to take inspiration or think in a different way. Okay, so as I said, this interview is going to be in Italian and in English. So if you don't speak Italian, just be patient because I'm going to translate in English. Okay. If you don't understand English, just be patient because we're going to speak in Italian. Quindi siate pazienti.
What language have I to speak?
I think we could speak in English.
Okay.
E poi, and then we translate in Italian. So parliamo prima in inglese e poi traduciamo in italiano.
Okay.
Rimaniamo così?
Okay.
Ok.
Let's see what happens with these languages.
Esatto. Okay. So, Giovanna and I really met only last summer. During a training course that I've done in Italy, which was the first 3-day course entirely dedicated to Music Tree. Quindi io e Giovanna ci siamo incontrate l'anno scorso per la prima volta nel corso di Music Tree che è durato per la prima volta 3 giorni. And I thought that I didn't have enough to say for 3 days, and eventually we realized that 3 days were too short. Quindi io pensavo con 3 giorni andiamo larghi, avrò un sacco di tempo per dire un sacco di cose, e invece alla fine in 3 giorni abbiamo fatto le corse perché c'è tanto di cui parlare. So Giovanna, would you like to tell us a little bit
about me?
You? Sì.
Okay, now I'm part of Educarte.
Mm-hmm.
Educarte is a cultural association based in Rome, but we do a lot of things in Italy around, a lot of things about music and art and formation, about teachers. We have projects for public schools, and in particular, I am... Hello! And this is Marco, president of Educarte.
Ciao Marco! Hello!
Ciao, io sono entrato per sbaglio.
Okay, Marco,
Il bello della diretta.
Marco
Vi lascio da sole e vi assisto da dietro le quinte.
Va bene, ok, ciao ciao ciao. So Marco actually didn't want to join, but Marco is is the director of our associazione Educarte that Giovanna was speaking
Yeah,
about.
I'm part of this cultural association as I manage um, music project for public schools, and I'm also a music educator for those projects. It means that I manage and I curate the relationship with directors, teachers, okay, and I keep track of financials.
Yeah.
So I am a music educator,
Yeah.
music educator for kids, for teenagers, and adults. And as a part of Educarte, now I'm managing music training training course. No,
Teacher
music
training.
teacher training, MTTT.
MTTT.
A lot of
Yeah.
and this is not Gordon.
No.
So now I curate this project.
Traduci in italiano?
Ok, io sono parte di Educarte e ci siamo presi insomma la responsabilità e la voglia di affiancare Tiziana nella formazione Music Tree che avrà una durata annuale, anche come associazione ormai accreditata. In particolare io per Educarte sono sicuramente la referente di questa formazione, quindi di questo progetto che andrà avanti, e sono la referente in generale, diciamo, dei progetti scolastici che portiamo nelle scuole pubbliche, che siano scuole elementari, che siano scuole dell'infanzia o scuole medie, insomma, abbiamo progetti per tutte le età, anche per gli adulti. Dipende da cosa parte e cosa non parte. E sono anche educatrice musicale, cioè insomma li curo anche questi progetti. Oltre a me ci sono altre persone, ovviamente non sono l'unica perché non ce la farei da sola. E questo è il mio
Yeah.
ruolo in Educarte. Il mio ruolo nella vita,
Yeah.
diciamo che si allarga anche di più.
So now I'll go back to English. So Educarte is really a great association and organization that in Italy has organized festivals for music educators for many years, and that this summer, apart for music tree training course, teacher training, will also organize different festivals for music education. Quindi Educarte è un'associazione italiana che non solo cioè che organizza corsi da moltissimi anni sul territorio italiano, corsi di formazione ed eventi, e quest'anno, a parte il corso di Music Tree, organizza anche un festival meraviglioso con insegnanti che vengono da tutta Europa. So there will be another festival in July.
Ok,
with our
non
teachers,
non
no?
ne diciamo ancora
No,
troppo.
I'm not saying too much, but I'm just saying that there are many things going on. So my suggestion is to keep an eye on Educarte if you're looking for events and training courses. They organize courses the whole year. We have wonderful teachers in Italy, but they are having like connection with different parts of Europe as well. So the idea is to try to organize always new courses and connect teachers from different parts of Europe and the world for the teachers. Quindi l'idea comunque di Educarte, cioè alla base c'è questa voglia di connettere con tante situazioni internazionali di educazione musicale che possono interessare a molti insegnanti. So keep an eye on Educarte, even if you're not living in Italy, because they organize always very, very interesting courses that can be good for people from different parts of Europe. Quindi tenete d'occhio l'associazione perché veramente organizzano corsi che possono essere, che hanno respiro internazionale, quindi anche se non vivete in Italia, ma adesso sto parlando italiano, comunque anche se non vivete in Italia, tenete d'occhio perché può essere molto utile per alcune cose. Quindi Giovanna, torniamo un po' a noi. What was your first meeting with me or with Music Tree? How did the whole thing started for you? Because I was on the other side.
Okay, it was 2020 after pandemic situation, but we were in pandemic as well. I bumped into Educarte like an educator, just educator. they had a lot of projects for kindergarten, for elementary school, for middle school, okay, and they proposed me a lot of things. I didn't I didn't work for kindergarten, but there were this possibility to participate in a project for kindergarten, okay, with babies, toddlers, and they used to, like we used to do in Italy, they used to
Yeah,
garden, okay, Gordon, not methodology, but
the
ah,
theory, the approach.
exactly. So I had the possibility to participate in this project as the second teacher for a kindergarten. I never do something without knowing what I'm doing. So I started reading and studying all about Gordon and music learning theory and activities and modes, Greek modes. Okay, so here started my study with Gordon. Okay, with
Ok,
Gordon, no,
ok, let me translate this
yeah.
briefly. Quindi Giovanna, praticamente gli ho chiesto qual è stato il primo incontro con Music Tree e lei ha detto che praticamente ha incrociato Educarte nella sua vita e a parte i progetti elementari e le medie a cui già lei lavorava, le hanno proposto praticamente di affiancare un'altra persona per i corsi nella scuola nel nido dell'infanzia, che però era un'età con cui Giovanna ancora non lavorava. Quindi lei dice, io, per come sono fatta io, non faccio mai le cose a caso e quindi ha cominciato a studiare moltissimo Gordon e tutta la music learning theory di Gordon perché questi nidi e queste scuole le materne dell'infanzia richiedevano proprio l'approccio MLT.
Esatto, exactly. And then I knew about you, and I started following you,
And,
and I
and
discovered
how did you know about me?
because you were a name in
Ah,
this
I
in
was
this
a
country.
name.
Tiziana Pozzo, yes, Tiziana Pozzo for me was a name. Okay.
I was a name. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Seriously.
Okay, cool, cool. Okay.
So I started following you on
On
Instagram,
Instagram.
and I discovered an entire world about your things, your approach, your activities, your way to do things.
Okay.
So I studied everything,
Everything you
and
could.
yeah, everything I could.
Ok, quindi
Did,
praticamente Giovanna dice che mi ha incontrato perché aveva sentito già il mio nome, insomma, per quanto riguarda l'educazione musicale in Italia e quindi poi è entrata sulla mia pagina Instagram e ha iniziato a vedersi tutte le stories, i reel, tutte le cose e approfondire un po', diciamo, cioè avvicinarsi all'approccio Music Tree, perché tu appunto partivi dai libri di Gordon ma non avendo studiato proprio, non avendo frequentato un corso di formazione specificatamente su Gordon, hai cominciato a vedere qual era l'approccio che avevo io rispetto all'MLT. Okay?
esatto,
So
esatto.
basically, Giovanna started from the books. She studied all the books about MLT. She's a very good researcher, a proper nerd of music education.
Yeah, nerd is the right word.
And then from that, because she didn't really wanted to attend a full course of music learning theory at that point, she decided to see how I was approaching MLT in the music tree way, let's say. And so the first time that I really remember about you instead is when actually last year, and then you sent me a video of something that you've done
Yeah,
before.
yeah,
So that was like, oh wow, okay, so you're actually using the reels and the activities.
exactly.
Okay,
And
nice. So
what else? The story continues
yeah, the
with
story continue
the
with
story continue with I had the possibility to try your English activities, something English activities, because I used to go to New York every year because my sister lives there, and so I go for vacation for visit her, and I met these friends that have kids that wanna have fun, and so I said, okay, now I wanna start to do something. and I experimented your activities with these kids. They had a lot of fun, and I had a lot of fun. So last year I said, okay, I wanna meet Tiziana in person.
Nice.
This is the time. Now is the time to meet her. To
Yeah.
meet her.
Yeah, I remember. So Giovanna said that she has the opportunity to go to New York basically every summer because she has, beh, perché sua sorella, scusatemi, lei ha l'opportunità di andare in Italia, a New York tutte le estati perché sua sorella proprio vive all'estero e quindi vive a New York e quindi lì ha conosciuto delle famiglie che volevano fare un po' di musica, volevano divertirsi con la musica e lei ha detto, beh, a questo punto io sperimento le attività di Tiziana perché comunque era da poco che cioè mi seguivi già da un po', ma quella era una buonissima occasione per iniziare a sperimentare tutto. E lei si è divertita, si sono divertiti anche i bambini, e quindi da lì poi...
Sapevo benissimo che le attività, insomma, avessero una valenza, ma non avevo avuto l'opportunità a livello lavorativo, né quello è stata insomma, un'opportunità lavorativa, di sperimentarle direttamente, insomma. E quella è stata la prima volta in cui l'ho proprio praticata trasmessa, insomma, ho trasmesso il tutto.
Okay.
Ho fatto divenire i miei appunti e i miei libri qualcosa di, insomma, qualcosa di vivo e di
Okay, so she had the first time she knew that the activities were worth it, that the kids could learn with those activities, but that was really the first time that she could actually experiment activities with the children and use every notebook with full of suggestions and ideas in the practice. Because before Gordon, what was your training instead, Giovanna?
I'm a pianist. I'm a piano maestro by training, like you.
Yeah.
I studied science, history, and technologies of music and music techniques at university. So it's Lettere e Filosofia, a faculty of Lettere e Filosofia, and I attended the first level of ORF. Schulwerk, and I did a lot of things in conservatory again. So all about music.
And you studied
practice and theory.
You've done lot of workshops as well, no?
Yeah, a lot of workshop, body percussion, and I'm a nerd in neuromusic, neuroscience. In music, psychology. My studies concern a lot of aspects, okay, of developmental psychology, neuroscience, and so body music, piano, and I'm a bass player.
Yes.
I go through a lot of things in music.
Yeah. Nice, yes. Okay, good. So last summer you came to this first 3 days course. Ditemi se serve la traduzione, ma penso che ci stiano seguendo tutti e vedo che ci sono molti nomi anche in inglese. I can see lots of English names or names in different languages. That's why we are kind of going more in English. But if you need a specific translation, even in Italian or Spanish, just let me know. So I think that last summer we did those 3 days together, and when 3 days together during a training course of Music 3 that I've led in Italy. But I was already speaking with Marco, the director of this organization that we work with, Educarte, since 2020 to really organize this training course in Italy. And he said, look, I think this time it's time that you meet Giovanna. Giovanna is a wonderful teacher. She's great with the kids. She's a great person. So I was very curious to meet you last summer as well. And I think that as soon as we met, it was like, it was very simple.
Yeah,
very simple. From that many different levels, from just speaking of music education to speaking about life projects and desperation in love and things like this. So anyway, the point is basically that after doing this 3 days course, this year I was about to go to Brazil. I knew I would have left for Brazil in January. And so you decided to come to London to visit the school and see the classes. So kind of doing like an internship, let's say, to see exactly how the music tree approach worked. So you stayed here for 2 weeks. You saw lots of classes, not only led by me, but also by other teachers.
Yeah.
And then
it was like a big brother for
experience.
Exactly. Always there from morning.
Yeah, also because here there are many courses. So when there is somebody that tells me, oh, I want to come to London and see what you do, they know that basically every day they can stay here from the morning until the afternoon and see a lot of classes and experience the approach also not only with me, but with our teachers as well, which is the important thing, I think. And basically you came and then I called you and I was like, listen, I need to go to Brazil. Do you want to come and run my classes for me? So would you like to stay in London basically for a month?
And I was like, seriously? Me?
Yeah.
From Italy? Are you sure?
Of course, because in England there are not a lot of MLT teachers yet. And I needed somebody that had experience not only with MLT, but I needed somebody that also had a good way of introducing themselves to the parents, security, self-awareness, and you had all of these aspects. You were not a young teacher. Sorry, you're not as young anymore. So I needed a person that could have a very strong impact on the families and the students as well. And so you stayed here for the whole month of January, middle January until middle February, more or less. And you ran the classes at Music Tree on my behalf, and the families all really, really loved your sessions. So do you want to say something about what you found here?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Music Tree is a very welcoming environment because a lot of things, people, parents, they all know what are they doing. Okay. They all know why, even if it's just because they have fun. Okay. All the parents are happy. They come happy and they go away happy to have done everything. But most important and exciting thing for me was about kids. These kids are completely ready to receive and to give something. They share things without problems. Or maybe they have some, I don't know, discussion and about drums and etc. But they share everything. They have the sense of community. We are talking about toddlers and 2 years old kids, 3 years old kids, until 9. Okay, so it's impressive seeing a group of 7, 8, 2 years old children, or maybe younger, that know how to share things, that know how to sing patterns, because they have this is impressive, because I listen to these little kids give me the dominant tonic pattern, pam pam, in a so precise pitch. They didn't born like that.
Okay. No.
So it's I saw all the things you talk about in your reels, all the things Gordon wrote down, and all the things about music learning theory. Everything happened. Of course, everybody with their own piece. So in a different way, because we know that the age is not a marker of development, but in a way or in another, everybody
Was making
arrived
music.
to, was making music and arrived at that point.
Yeah.
We want to, one
Yeah.
day arrive.
For me here, of course, seeing babies and toddlers being so musical is amazing.
Yeah.
But somehow it's also quite normal for children to appreciate music when they are very young. For me, it's more interesting to move to the next level age. So when children are in primary school and they can really lose the passion for music, or they are doing music in a too simpler way. For me, the very interesting part is, okay, now that my students are 4.5, they have been coming since they were babies. Now they can coordinate, they can sing in pitch, and they have a good sense of rhythm. Now we can actually start playing instruments, or we can sing songs, we can start improvising. And that for me is really what surprises me of MLT, and also in the end I can say it, of the type of approach that I've developed. And so that for me is really what makes me happy as a teacher, to see that they come from babies, but that they go ahead and they don't stop music, they keep the passion. But another very important thing for me is that parents really ask our opinion. So they are like, what should I do now that my child is 3? Why you don't have an instrument in the class the whole time, but only for the last 10 minutes of a session? Or my child is 3, I want him to start music, like piano classes. Should I do it or should I not? And it's very interesting to see that they really tune in and they listen when I tell them, hell no, wait. And and the idea with kids is always that they need to do a lot in the first 5 years of life, but not everything needs to be done in the first 5 years of life. They need to attend music classes that are done in a particular way, but that give them time to start. And the other positive thing is that when they start, so technically they keep coming to group sessions until they're 7, 8.5, and they want to start an instrument at some point. And we have some markers and some signs that we recognize to tell the parent, yes, I think now could be the moment. But they don't drop the group class. They continue coming to the group class, and they add the instrument according to their possibility, financial possibilities, and also, the real interest that the family has in music. But they don't stop usually the group class, because they know that the real passion comes from that. The growing comes from that. I mean, they know. We really tell them, keep coming to the group classes. That's what will give the energy to your child to stay in front of an instrument by themselves. So there is a lot of seeds that we put in the ground, and that's why we called it music tree, because from when they're babies, really we want to sow around, put all the seeds, and then little by little start growing this tree that can really take many directions, like a proper tree. So I understand your point of view, but you say babies can be amazing, and you're really surprised when you see them. But my real surprise come when I see the older ones not dropping really and continuing the classes.
It's not simple to do what we do. We embody music. We are music for these children. We are the melody with our voice. We are the harmony if we play something, and we are the harmony when we give ostinato to parents, and we are rhythm with voice and with our body, and we are our facial expression. We are a lot of things in that 45 minutes or 50, whatever. And when you see what happened, you say, okay,
it's worth it.
It's difficult. Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah. This morning I had a class for children 0 to 18, so really little. And there was this new person. So there was this new person, a nanny. So she wasn't the parents, she was just a nanny, which means that she's gone to many different groups all around London for many years with other kids. And when I was telling her what we do here, she looked at me like, oh wow, this sounds very interesting. I've never done something like that. You're not speaking? What do you mean you're not speaking? And so she was very interested. And at the end of the session,
Scusate,
il
il bello della live.
il
A
postino.
cui non
There's
risponderò.
always the postman in your house. No, if you want, you can go. I can. Okay. So I told them, no, they came to me at the end, and she was like, this was just incredible. I've never participated to a class like this. She said, everything was,
Vai, continua, scusa.
the postman is angry.
Sì,
Everything she said
non lasci sulle
was
scale, per
really,
piacere, no? Grazie.
ci sentiamo,
Vabbè, scusatemi.
Giovanna. No, tranquilla. Lo lasci sulle scale. Leave it on the stairs. Leave it on the stairs. Okay. So basically, she used the word flow. She said everything was flowing, and
Wow.
It's a word that I didn't use in the introduction. So I think that she perceived, and she said, and finally, you didn't sing all of those nursery rhymes that I can't hear anymore.
Thanks.
So that was fun. Yeah, and it's nice when we have often parents that have played an instrument that want to understand better what we do, that ask questions about the patterns, or after they take a class for the babies, they stay and they take a ukulele class with a teacher maybe. So it's nice to see that we are definitely guiding these children through music, but somehow the whole family gets included into the process. And this is at least how I grew up in music, because my mom is a musician, my dad played many instruments. So music was probably the most important thing in my life and in my family. So everybody was taking it very seriously. And that's the approach that I give to the families when they come to Music Tree. Then, if they don't want to continue as intensively, no worries. We can still give you good suggestions. But we can also support the families in this way. So we have multiple adults, parents taking classes by themselves now, alongside their children, and that's really the idea of a community, that we can create around music. Also, we are a very inclusive school, so we're starting. We have adults, elderly people with disabilities. We really try to give all the options that we can to the families. At the moment, we're not a charity, so the only thing is that we cannot give the classes for free, but maybe in the future we will be able to do that as well. But yeah, this is it. And did you like London?
Oh, a lot. Light apart, yes.
Light
I liked
apart.
London. Yeah,
But you came
know.
in January.
Yeah.
You came in January also.
While you were in Brazil.
No?
Yeah. Yeah, I like London.
Obrigada.
And Islington is a very
nice
area.
area.
It's a beautiful, beautiful area.
It's a nice area. Yeah, to have a school is probably one of the best parts in London, to have a school. Yeah. So after basically you came here, and even before, you felt that you wanted to support Educarte, the association Educarte, in the realization of this training course.
Yes.
I would like to say a couple of things about how hard it is to create a training course. Because if you see the website, probably some of you have gone to the website to see, there are 3 modules, and then you do that, and then you pay this.
I don't know how many meetings, I don't know how many hours we spent to organize this formation, this course, this training. But we try to think about everything. We try to embody other people, from the smallest thing to the largest one. Difficulties or desires, everything.
Yeah, because both of us have been students.
Yeah.
Both of us have
Exactly.
studied multiple training courses, so we come with the mindset of somebody that had to pay for all their courses, all their training. And so we tried, first of all, to make it accessible. So something that people think like it's a year course, I'm going to learn, but it's not a 3-year course, because a 3-year course is something very intense, too much potentially for the people that we are right now, although we will offer ways of keep studying after the first year. But I think that we had in mind really the people that could attend our course. So it was a very long path to decide how to structure the training course depending on what we want to give as teachers, and what are the skills that I think and we think can be very useful for a person to teach music. So not only how to use the movable DAW or how to sing the patterns, but also how to present yourself to the families. What are the most important things that you can embody as an entrepreneur as well? Because you could potentially open your own project. What are the things that you need to sustain yourself as a teacher, on top of everything else, on top of all the music education aspects? There are also other aspects that are super important for the teachers of 2024.
Nowadays, you need a lot of
Yeah.
things. How to manage your business, how to create, first of all, your business or your IG account.
Yes.
Starting
Yeah.
from that. And
also how to see your students, how to observe the group. The management of a group now is absolutely part of your work as a music educator. You're not going into a class and everybody is there waiting for you to sing.
Absolutely.
You need to learn other skills that are coming from psychology, music therapy.
I think training has a lot of interesting and important aspects. I can mention the improv theater. That's very important, because as a teacher, we have to know our voice. We need to be awareness of our body. We need to improvise something, but not because we don't know how to do or what to do.
Yeah.
Because that situation needs to improvise.
We need to observe the situation and be able to create from that situation if we need from the present. There are different levels, different ages. Every age has a particular type of way of reacting to music, depending on the cognitive development of a child, their maturation, emotional maturation, their social skills. So these are all things that we speak in the course about the whole time. So we will not introduce a music activity as it is, but we will say, these music activities for this age, you can use it in this way. And these probably are the things that you're going to see in the children. How can you prevent a particular situation? Or how can you foresee what the responses of a children will be? So this is going to be an ongoing discussion around every type of activity, every game, from the MLT to body music.
Based on very strong theory. Because we and the teachers need to know very well these theories.
Yes.
On which put our personality and way of doing things, experiences, and so on and so forth. But the bases need to be very, very strong. And we offer.
We try. So we decided eventually to organize the course in different ways. If you know Music Tree already and you're a big fan of Music Tree, you can sign up for the whole course straight away, and you spend a ridiculous amount of money for everything that you can get. Okay. And no, it is a ridiculous
It
amount
is.
of money. But if you don't know music tree yet very well, or if you're not sure about everything, you can also start from a starting module and just have a little introduction of who we are, what we do, then work with us online for 3 months after the training course, and then you can continue and finish the whole training course. And then we decided to do something particular. So we thought a lot about the certification around the course. And I want to share this with you guys because it's very important for me to really make you understand that, it's not simple when you are actually deciding that you want to train other people. I've been doing this for 14 years now. And to be able to organize this course, it took so much energy, so many way of thinking of different ways. So we decided that for the certification, we know that in 1 year course, we will give a lot of information. And there will be so much material to rethink about, to elaborate, that potentially the people that will subscribe will not be able to get certified for all the ages at the same time. Yeah. So one thing that I really like about this course is the possibility that you subscribe to the whole course, you get all the theory that you need, you get the videos, the PDF, all the information, the group, the supervisions, but you can decide to get certified on one age to start with. So if you already have a lot of experience with the babies, for example, you can do the certification with babies maybe in a fastest way than a person that has never done any work with 0 to 3, right? But maybe that person that doesn't have experience with 0 to 3 have more experience with primary school and wants to use the music tree approach in primary school and can get the certification for that age. So you can choose either certification that you want to go for. You can choose 0 to 3, 3 to 5, and 5+. And within the certification, you will get also specific supervisions that will help you focusing on your research, on your article that you have to write. So every time you get the certification, you jump deeper into one world. And you take time, if you need, to jump into that world. You can experience more into that world and then get back to us and write your article and then do the exam. So I think this is a good option that it's a little bit more, it requires a little bit more time from the participants, but every time that you get the certification, you really know what you're doing. You're choosing an age because you're feeling that you're ready for that age. When I done my training course, it was altogether 0 to 6. Basically didn't mean anything. Overwhelming, but also not only overwhelming, not clear. Because it was just an exam. It's not that I had particular supervisions or support from my teachers to get certified in one age. It was just you attend the whole course, you learn the songs, and then you do the exam. And where is the whole world about how to manage a child? Where is the child psychological development in all these? So in the article that the people will have to write for this certification, there will need to be parts also related to the psychology of a child, which doesn't mean that you need to study a whole book of psychology. But this is also what we want to see in the people. So the training course is a training course that prepares you to survive in this world for real. Okay. Yusuf Ahmed Music writes, Esatto. Exactly. Yusuf, where do you write from? Can you tell me where you're writing from? So yes, I think that this is a very particular thing that I really like about this training course. As much as I like that the course is divided into retreats and online. From London. Oh, really? Do we know each other? Do we know each other in person? Yusuf. Oh my God, Yusuf, my sister friend, right?
Okay.
If you're you, I didn't know it was you. And I think your approach to music education is so great. Yusuf, if you are that Yusuf, you should come onto this live one day and tell Neurisberg, hello guys. Hi, hello.
Hi.
Would you like to tell us where you are from as well? And from Brazil. Ah, obrigada. Obrigada por, por estar aquí. That was a little bit of a Spanish. I don't know. Anyway, from Brazil, nice. Did we meet? No, I don't know how to say that in Brazil
You
Portuguese. Now I
met
already
a lot of
forgot.
people in Brazil.
Yeah, I wanted to ask if we met. How did we say? Do you say? Do we meet in Brazil? Did we meet in Brazil? Nos encontramos no Brasil. Maybe that's Portuguese. I don't know. And anyway, going back to what we were saying. Yeah, that the course is organizing retreats and not only weekends of study. So every time that we meet in a retreat. We stay all together for 3 days in the evenings, during the dinners, during the lunches. We go to the swimming pool together. We go for walks together around the hills of Viterbo. The idea is that we get to know each other for real. And I think that the 3-day course that we did last year in Italy had really given me an example of this.
That's what happened. We stayed all together all the time, and so we had the possibility to tell each other experiences, private life, professional life, and this is very, very important, because if you are alone, you stay there and you don't see anything. You cannot. I don't remember the
In
word in
Italiano?
English now. Yeah, non hai un confronto.
Yeah, you don't have a possibility to share and compare your
Compare.
situation. Yeah, absolutely. Music education is a job that can make you feel very lonely. You are in between people the whole time, but actually you can feel very lonely anyway. Comparison, exactly. Sì, perché Yusuf parla romano, parla pakistano, parla inglese. It's a little bit of a genius character. You need to meet him when you come to London the next time.
Yeah.
And he is an amazing producer, by the
C'è
way.
hip hop
Musician.
percussion, c'è hip hop percussion, di cui poi parleremo, scusa, in italiano. Bellezze, arrivano le prime iscrizioni, stanno
And
iscrivendo,
I wanted to say, in fact, that the first people that have subscribed to this course, they asked me, "Are you going to create a WhatsApp group?" Like, the funny thing is that nobody usually wants to be in WhatsApp groups.
Exactly.
And these people are like, "Can you please already put us in contact so we start, feeling
Do
part
it
of the
and
training?"
do it now in February.
And I'm like, we're missing 6 months, guys. But I hope that this is the feeling, that the communication wants to be open. So that's very good. And Neurisberg said, someone said once, life would be a mistake without music. Yeah. Absolutely.
This was Nietzsche.
Here at the school, dun, 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 dun. What a wonderful world. The world of music, obviously. Okay, so I think that the last thing that I want to say before maybe we say goodbye to each other is that with Educarte, with the Associazione Educarte from Italy, this course is, for the first time, is certified by the ministry. Yeah. So the Italian Ministry of Education, I think, or now I'm not entirely sure.
Exactly.
But the most important thing is that this type of course now is going to give you credits as teachers in mainstream schools in Italy. It means that we can kind of start bringing a change into the music educations in the schools. Okay, so we don't need to do music education as we have done for 40 years in Italy, 50 years. Now you can also do this type of courses to bring the change into the schools, okay, mainstream schools. So this is, for me, is an incredible honor. I am, super happy that Educarte decided to support me, and that you and Marco are working so hard alongside me. And guys, when we say work, it's actually probably more a passion than a work, because we don't get paid.
Yeah.
We don't get paid. We don't get paid to do any of this. All of it is just really a big passion. And sometimes I'm like, why am I using all of this time to organize something in person that costs so much effort? People maybe don't want to travel. Maybe they don't get why it's so important. If I just work online, I earn much more. I know that it would be like this. But for me, music education is done when we are meeting, when we are getting in contact, when we're singing together. And that's something that we cannot miss anymore in life.
And maybe if we cooperate with teachers, it would be a very great thing. Thing. Because
absolutely,
as you said, we most of the time we are alone in our job.
So this is the idea as well, to grow a community of teachers that can communicate well. Every month with Music Tree, we meet for free in a supervision online, in a group where everybody, even the person that has spent £20 for a course with me online, can be part of. So if you decide to come to this training course, you will also be part of this international community of teachers, where we meet every month and we speak about the difficulties of being music teachers, and also why we love this job so much instead. So this is it.
I have a message from Yojiti here.
Okay.
If you wanna.
What's that?
Be proud of who you are. So
this is the message.
Yeah.
This is actually the message of Music Tree in general. Absolutely. Yeah. Be proud, but change if you need to change.
Of course.
If the world is telling you,
but
that
if
you need to change,
if you don't compare with anyone, you don't know. So collaborate.
True. Well, Giovanna, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tiziana,
for being here and taking the time, another time of your life, to be here today.
Pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. So guys, what can we say? This was the story of Giovanna, basically, from an Instagram follower to a producer in Associazione Educarte, and a Music Tree teacher, and a friend now. So in the next few months, I will introduce you to more people that had their life changed by Music Tree, and by meeting together and cooperating into this world. But I want to say another thing before closing. This Friday, I'm going to do a session in Spanish and in English for the work with children 3 to 5. So you will find all the links after this. But this is gonna be an intense period of connection with you online, so you can really get to know who we are, and hopefully we will meet you then in person, basically. Yeah. Ok, all right then.
All right.
Buon pranzo. Hai già mangiato?
Ho già mangiato. Io qui sono...
Io sushi oggi.
Beh, per il compleanno, insomma, è speciale.
Sì,
come on.
It's my birthday, guys, so now start writing. Happy birthday! Ok. Let's speak
allora,
soon.
Yeah.
Thank
Ciao
you
a tutti, a chi ha
everybody.
partecipato, ai curiosi, agli interessati. Ciao,
Exactly.
Tiziana.
Ciao.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.